Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Craig and this is a video review of the Nerf Elite Roughcut 2x4. A spring-powered double shot or even single shot shotgun style blaster in the Elite series. Let's get into the overview. Starting out with a blaster overview, starting up front, no end strike barrel lug, but there are two sets of 4 barrels here for a total capacity of 8 shots, 2x4, in case you can't do simple math. That's what the barrels are. You simply front load in this, and then you're ready to fire. We'll get into more of the firing a little bit. Let's get into more of the blaster overview. Up front is a sight. I think that's funny to put on a shotgun style blaster, an actual sight like that. Not going to help you aim, but cool. Up front is a giant and long tactical rail. Dig the tactics, Hasbro. Up front is a sling mount. This is a wicked long sling mount, but unlike with most sling mount placements, this one is actually pretty practical. Getting down to the grip. Grip is actually pretty comfortable. Semi-proportional. I probably would have liked this grip to be a little bit bigger as well, but I can understand it. It's at a tilted grip as opposed to like a vertical pistol grip, but I'm used to pretty much any type of grip, so that will work fine. Getting down to the bottom, there is another sling mount there. Getting to the trigger system, trigger pull is pretty smooth for blasters in the Elite line. This is a 2-stage trigger. Whenever you prime the blaster, you're primed to technically shoot it twice. It can shoot 2 darts at once, or a 2-stage trigger. You halfway pull and pull it once, and then pull it all the way to fire out the second dart, or pull it hard all the way and fire 2 at once. It's like the barrel break system. If you remember the old barrel break, it works like that 2-stage shot. But the trigger pull is very smooth. This blaster does have slam fire as well, so you can enjoy that slam fire action as well in here. There's nothing underneath all the way to the pump handle to prime the blaster. You do that, and like I said, you're primed to do either 1+1, or you're primed to do 2 darts at once. Prime weight is pretty smooth, and like I said, it does have slam fire. And for pump action, this is a great place to do it. I'm not a fan of pump action myself. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. I'm more of a top prime Springer type of guy, but this is in a great place for it. I mean, it's basically a sawed-off shotgun, but yeah, I like this. Pump grip is somewhat comfortable, and I like it. It works well ergonomically. It works really, really well. That's pretty much everything that I have to go over about the Roughcut. Let's see it out on the range. Nerf Elite darts, but pulling all the way to fire 2 darts at once. Oops. We're gonna do that again. I don't know if that was a mishap from me or if it was the blaster, but we're gonna do that again. This is 2 darts at once. Okay. Reloaded with the Elite darts, we're gonna do the 2-stage trigger this time. Whoops, I shot too much that time. What in the world? I don't know what's wrong with these bottom 2 barrels. Now I'm going to do a bit of slam fire action. I really don't care if they come out 1 at a time or 2 at a time. We're just going to try to spew foam as fast as possible. I wasn't even primed there, but okay. Let's try it again. I only have 4 darts this time. Maybe it doesn't have slam fire. So firing analysis and conclusion of the Roughcut 2x4. Now this model I did get while thrifting for Nerf blaster, so it's a bit beat up, but it fired all right. It fired pretty well. I don't know what was wrong with the bottom two barrels, if it was crummy darts or if I didn't seat them in all the way, but once I got down to the last two darts, most of the time they would just fart out of the barrel, and I don't know what the reasoning is to that. I know I'm supposed to be a reviewer and have the answers to these, but I just don't most of the time. Also, when we got to the slam fire thing, I almost broke the blaster like 3 times doing that, but I did figure out what the issue was. If I don't hold down the trigger, I have to do, it can do slam fire, but you have to be slow about it. I was trying to go way too fast with the slam fire, and that's what caused it to seize up each time that I was trying to do it, and I almost broke the blaster doing that. But the way that I fixed it, I manually reset the trigger here, and then I was able to finish the prime, because it would seize up in the middle of the prime stroke. So I just pulled back up the trigger, finished the prime, let the prime handle go back, and then pull the trigger with that. So it actually does have slam fire, but you do have to be very careful while using it. So for that purpose, I probably wouldn't really recommend it for slam fire, unless if you're deliberate about doing it. It's not like lackadaisical like the disruptor or commander type of slam fire that you could do it and it'll still do it regardless. This one, you had to be a little bit deliberate about it. It's almost like the long shot slam fire. You have to, it's a little bit limited as to how fast you can actually do the slam fire, but it has it. Chrono results, I didn't look up the chrono velocity on that. That's my bad. I also don't have a chronograph right now. Actually, it's coming in the mail within the next day or two. So I'll finally have some chrono data, but it's definitely not at the 70 FPS par. It's a little bit softer, of what I can tell, than the FPS par, because it's shooting 2 darts at once. It's generally going to shoot lower with that. But still a solid blaster. It's not like it's shooting like 40 FPS. It's still doing pretty well. But the performance out of the blaster is all right. I only have one model really to compare this to, so mine still could be in the beat up shape, not in the factory condition, and that's also what might be contributing to a lot of the mishaps here with it. But generally, overall, it's firing pretty well. And let's get into like some of the other things about this. My opinion on this blaster, as far as does it do what it does, yes. So it's a positive opinion. Getting on to also my personal thoughts on this, I actually don't really have a place for this type of blaster. Like I say a lot of times, I'm more of a pistol / melee guy. In here, I'm not a shotgun guy. Especially in Nerf, there's some people that run that kind of specialty role, and there's some people that just dig their shotguns, and this is probably as traditional of a Nerf shotgun as you can get, besides maybe the barrel break, and it could be pretty good. I mean, you can stick this inside of a backpack and take it with you, whatnot, so it's not too overly big. I think even the barrel break is bigger than this a little bit, but you can still tuck it away in a backpack and carry it around. So form factor is it's all right. But personally, I don't really like this blaster because I don't have a place really for it. But objectively by itself, it's actually a pretty decent blaster. It has options. You can shoot 1 dart at a time if you want to, or 2 darts at a time, or slam fire if you need to. It's a really good all around, all-purpose blaster. I just think with the mechanical not grit, at least that my unit has, I don't really trust this a whole lot. And there's one of my friends I'd said that after thrifting with this said, hey, if you don't want this, I'll take it, and I'm probably going to save this for that time, because I'm probably going to give away this thing. I don't have a place for a rough cut. honestly, in that one. But you might, which is why I'm here to review this for you. So it doesn't... So overall, really, to summarize, the blaster does everything that it's supposed to do. I personally just don't have a place for this blaster, but you might, and that's why I'd here for you. I got this for $8 while thrifting at Goodwill for it, so pretty decent price, and especially for its beat-up shape, can be doing that. I'm not sure actually about the mod potential of this. I want to say that there still is mod potential for this. I think really any blaster has at least some bit of mod potential, but I'm not particularly knowledgeable about mod potential for this blaster. So for modders out there, maybe you know some mods to beef up this thing to make it really a beast. I unfortunately do not. But that's all that I have to go over with the Roughcut. Let me know what you guys think of the Elite Roughcut and in the comments down below. If you like this video, please leave it a like. If you didn't, dislike. And I'll see you guys in the next video.